Hey, Shane Brayman here with Adventure ADHD Coaching, and I just wanted to throw out a quick video about one of the more consistent challenges that my clients face, and it's the college age individual who has that breaking point. They realize that their ADHD is interfering with their life so drastically that it's affecting their health and wellness. Eventually, they drop out of school. Generally, it's the first semester of their sophomore year, I find. And there's that breaking point. They either drop out of school, they finish up the semester as best they can, and eventually end up moving back home with their parents. And this is a challenge for the parents and for the individual, obviously, the student, the college student. But it's so consistent and so constant in my coaching that I just wanted to throw it out there. If you have a student in college, a child in college, or you are the individual in college and you're struggling with your academics and the stress of the academic environment, which we all know is the worst environment for the ADHD brain, just want people to know that it's very common and it's okay. And it's actually best practice to take that break and to step away until you're in a place where you feel like, one, you know exactly what you want to study, or you know what the end game, end result is. If you don't have that light at the end of the tunnel, it's extremely difficult, borderline impossible for the ADHD brain to survive in a rigorous academic environment. Once we have that golden egg that's just waiting for us, if we can get this degree, we can get to this lifestyle, then it's actually super easy. But generally that doesn't happen for the ADHD individual until, one, they're properly medicated, and two, have the maturity and the awareness to know that that's truly something that they desire. And you need to have that connection to that passion to want to go attack the academics to get to the end result. As an ADHD individual, I never gave a damn about anything academic. I didn't care about grades, good or bad. My work, as far as what I turned in, it never mattered to me. It didn't do anything for me. And that's the case with pretty much every ADHD individual. But once I realized I wanted to be a college football coach and I needed a degree to do so, I finished my undergrad. I had 2 years remaining. I finished it in short order, in less than 2 years. And once I knew I needed a master's degree to become a head football coach at the college level, I just continued right from my undergrad straight into my grad work and got my master's in 2 years with a 3.8 grade point average. And it was, I don't want to say easy, but compared to my undergrad coming out of high school and being a 19-year-old with undiagnosed ADHD and no medication, that experience was borderline impossible, which made me drop out and not finish my degree until my 30s. And on the other side of that, once I knew what I wanted to do, and that passion was fully, I could not deny it. I knew I needed to be a college football coach. Getting through the remainder of my undergrad and my master's was a piece of cake. It was like not even a question. So that driving force needs to be there. But I just want to make the statement regarding the parent and college age student struggle that I deal with all the time is the parents don't understand why the kid is dropping out because they've had great grades. They've been an all-A student through high school for the most part. They don't understand how the ADHD affects the individual to force them to make these changes. And compassion from the parents' side of things is the most important tool. Trying to force the kid back or push the kid back or demand that the kid goes back to school, it's not going to work. It's not going to work out. And it's going to deteriorate the relationship between the child and the parent. It's going to deteriorate the parents' wellness because they're going to become so frustrated and aggravated and just not aware of why this is happening, that it really has a dramatic effect on parents' wellness. And obviously for the ADHD individual to feel that stress that they're already feeling, to make that choice that they know they have to drop out of school and move home. Believe me, that's something they don't want to do, and they don't always understand. More times than not, they don't understand why it's happening. So it's extremely stressful and depressing for the student as well. So if a parent can be compassionate and you can just support your child, get them the proper help, whether that's through medication or, ADHD coaching, whatever it is, try to be there and support them and be as compassionate as you can, because nothing is going to change it. There's nothing that's going to, there's no amount of pressure or expectation that's going to change what's happening within them. So, reach out if you have questions. And if you know someone who's experiencing this, I'm sure you do, please feel free. Pass along my information and my website. I do a free 1-hour consultation with no pressure. I'm not a business person. This is about helping people. So I highly recommend people take advantage of the free 1 hour. And if nothing else, at least we can kind of allow me to be the liaison between the student and the parents, and just clear some of the air that I know so often I have to work through in my coaching, to get the parents to a place where they understand better, get the student to understand that, their level of guilt and shame is understandable, but also this is a very common thing. And the quicker that we can minimize the student's guilt and shame and failure, and a lot of those perceived and real feelings, the better off they're going to be. And the quicker we can get the parents to understand what's actually going on, and that it's not a choice, and that their son or daughter is, not making this choice because they're lazy, they don't want to try. There's a lot more to it that's going to take a lot more than a 5-minute video on YouTube. But that's my first step initially. And we can get a lot of work done in that 1 free hour consultation. So please pass on my website if you know anyone who's struggling with this, parents or students. If it's you yourself, I look forward to speaking with you, and I'll leave it at that. Have a great day.